Today we're going to review 3 micro-mobility electric scooters, electric bicycles. All 3 of these are from Hovsco and they each cost less than $500, and for a limited time there's a promotion to get an even better price. You can see the official price of these electric scooters, electric bikes in the description box below this video, but do not buy these things just yet. We need to crack open these boxes, take a closer look at them. I'll tell you about the specs, then we'll take them outside, see how fast they go, and most importantly, see whether or not they're worth the money. So we're going to open these up in no particular order, but we have the Porto Max electric scooter, and we have the Xander Max 10-inch folding electric scooter, and we have the Hovsco Sync Max 14-inch folding electric bike. Looks like this might be the most powerful, fastest one of the bunch. But if you want something a bit bigger and faster, I wanted to mention for a limited time you can get 2 Hov City e-bikes for a total price of $14.99 in the link below this video in the description box. Now let's get to it. What do you think it is? It's the scooter, the Xander Max. We'll crack that box open in a minute, but first, let's see what's in this. Oh, it's the sit-down scooter, the Porto Max. So it looks like pretty similar specs on the sit-down scooter here as compared to the Xander stand-up scooter. The sit-down scooter claims 35 miles range, 30 on the stand-up. Both have 350 watt motors. Both are rated for 220 pounds. They both have an app. They both can climb a 15-degree hill. Max speed on both is listed as 15 miles an hour. We do have taller wheels on the sit-down scooter at 12 inches versus 10 on the stand-up. Actually, let me show you. The listed weight on the Porto Max is just 43 pounds, which is quite a bit lighter than most of the stuff I review. And as light as that is, this one is even lighter at just 36 pounds. So we're looking at 10-inch wheels here and 12-inch wheels here. No suspension on either of these, not on the back or the front. The Xander runs on a 36-volt, 350-watt nominal rear hub motor. The Porto also has a single hub motor on the rear, also runs on 36 volts, 350 watts of nominal power. Spec sheet has both of the batteries listed as 36 volts nominal, 10.4 amp hours, 375 watt hours of energy. Same thing on both of those. We'll hop on those in just a moment, but first, let's take a look at this folding, oh gosh, foldable electric bike. This one is a little bit bigger, but this one has a 450 watt motor and it has a larger max load of 270 pounds. This one is also rated for age 12 plus, just like the other two. Let's take a look at it. To my surprise, this one is listed at 42 pounds, which is actually a pound less than this scooter. Check it out. This one's got pedals. So in case your battery runs out, you can actually pedal it. And obviously you can use those pedals to help get more range. They are folding pedals, and the Sync Max is a folding bicycle. The whole thing will bend right in half there. And the Sync Max is the king of these 3. We have 14-inch wheels, 12-inch wheels, 10-inch wheels. Same power on the 2 on the right. This one has a little more power. The rear hub motor is rated at 36 volts, 450 watts nominal power, so about 100 more watts. And surprisingly, the battery on this one is actually the smallest. Website has the Sync Max battery listed as 36 volts, 7.8 amp hours, so about 280 watt hours of energy. About 35 miles of range is what they say. Probably is going to depend on how hard we're actually pedaling. Let's get these things put together. So it looks like the exact same seat on the Sync Max as on the grocery getter over here. It's a smaller seat, probably in proportion to the actual scooters. And it looks like almost the same handlebars on all of these. Round rubber grips on both. Mechanical disc brakes, front and back on both the Porto as well as the Sync Max. Throttle operation will happen on the right side of both of these. We'll get these displays powered up soon. Looks like the button's right there. What happens if I press it? Oh, nice, power's on. So actually it reminds me of the Hovsco Hov Alpha display. Technically color with the blue on there. What do we get here? Oh, there's a light. So the Sync Max actually has a light integrated into the bike. Is it a brake light? Let's pull the brake lever. Oh yeah, it actually flashes when I pull on the brake lever. Basic little light up here on front. It says M up there. I'm guessing there's different modes. How do you activate them? So unlike a typical electric bike, I don't see like the controls. Oh, double tap there. So that'll go to high, to medium, to low. Low is like a walk mode. It's a very basic, simple operation. Let's turn this one on too. Porto, flipping on. Same exact thing up here. Battery is displayed up here in terms of a bar, 5 bars. And I believe all 3 of these have the Hovsco app. We'll check out here soon. I've shown it in some of my other Hovsco reviews. Both the Xander and the Porto ship with a 2 amp charger, 36 volts. Charge the max is 42 volts. So the Porto and the Xander both have 10.4 amp hour battery. Divided by 2 amp charge rate, take about 5 hours to charge each of these from empty to full. Then on the Sync Max, the 7.8 amp hour battery, slightly smaller charger, 1.5 amps, so about about 5 hours to charge that one from completely empty to complete full as well. On the scooter, we get a single brake. Lever is on the left. Let's get this thing fired up as well. Same exact display here. 3 modes again. Hey there, dude. What you seeing out here, bro? These things are like your size. You want to ride one of these? So we get a headlight. Same exact headlight on all of them. Brake light is on the bike. On the rear of the Porto, there is no light. There is a reflector though. The scooter does have a light on the back. Is it a brake light? Yeah, you pull it and it flashes. So all 3 of these scooters are pretty much running the same brakes. They are mechanical brakes on 120 millimeter rotors. The Sync Max has them on both wheels, and so does the Porto grocery getter, while the Xander Max scooter, it only has 1 brake on the back wheel and nothing on the front. And as you might have been able to tell by now, these scooters are kind of for smaller individuals, it appears. Here's what a 14 shoe looks like on the Xander. This will be fun riding this one. And over here on the Porto grocery getter, here's what my shoe looks like on there. So to give you an idea of the size of these things, I'll hop on the Porto here. Seat is on max height. I am 6'5", inseam 34. And here's what I'm looking like sitting on this one. Oh, I don't know what that was. Well, cap, we'll get that back on there. So definitely some micro mobility here. And the stand-up Xander electric scooter. Here's what I'm looking like. Here's where the handlebars come up to. Let's put it on high. Oh, yeah, it works. And the Sync Max with the seat on max height. Here's what I'm looking like, what my pedal stroke would look like. Definitely a micro mobility. Handlebars are fixed on this one, despite it being a folding e-bike. Very light. Actually, that seat was not on max height. Well, that was beyond max height, actually. Get in there. Let's try the throttle on this one, too. Oh, yeah. And there are no gears on this, just a single speed. Let's put that motor on high and try it out. Throttle only. Let's fold this up real quick. And compact it down. Oh, it's not too heavy, so you could get this in a car pretty easily. Of course, the Xander Max folds as well. It's got a little hook right here so you can pick it up like this. And this guy folds up too. Oh, they all get pretty tiny. Let's go try them out. All right, dudes, let's go take out the Hovsco scooters. We're gonna start out here on the smallest tire size first, and we'll work our way up here to the highest power one back here. While preparing these things to take off, I did notice that all of these tires take air except for the rear on the Xander scooter. This tire does not take air, so you'll never get a flat on it. So let's go ahead and fire up this scooter, and we'll check out the app as we go. Single brake on this one. So it looks like the headlight on this thing is actually automatic, turning off and on its own. It's fairly bright. It's got that little light on the rear too. Works as a flashing brake light. So if you're looking for an electric scooter to climb really steep hills all the time, this probably isn't gonna be your #1 option. We'll go ahead and give it a try here. I have this thing on high mode, full throttle here. I weigh 200 pounds with a bit of a rollout going up to 20% grade. And yeah, we're kind of running out of steam. Whoa, whoa. So there is cruise control on this thing and a single brake. Whoa. Now if you did weigh less than 200 pounds, you might be able to perform a little bit better here climbing this hill. But I just have to let you guys know, this is not a hill climbing monster. So stepping outside, I can see the display very clearly. You can see it through my polarized lenses. Let's go ahead and bump this thing on down to low and give it a try here. This is like the weakest mode, full throttle. You can just kind of hop on this thing. It's going 4 miles per hour. So very newbie friendly scooter, low power here on the lowest setting. Let's go ahead and bump that up to medium. So the settings out of the box are you have to give it like a little bit of a push start. We'll get into the app here and check it out in just a little bit. So default settings is if you're completely stopped and you just press throttle, it's not gonna go. You gotta just get that wheel rolling just a little bit, kind of like a safety feature. Also helps preserve battery life. So let's try this little hill here. Obviously it can handle this, no problem. So it is, what, 350 watts nominal, 500 watts max is what they say. And you know, it's a little mini scooter, you can kind of get around on it. Kind of like these like little micro scooters, but it's got some juice on it. Let's go ahead and bump this thing onto high now and just kind of press on the throttle here. So gets us rolling along just fine. I did notice that the deck on this thing is plastic, so there's no rubber or anything. I thought it might be a little bit slippery, but honestly my feet are sticking to it just fine. No problem there at all. And no suspension on this scooter whatsoever. Helps keep the weight down. What was the weight on this? I don't even remember, but you know, at the speeds that we're going here, this is actually a pretty bouncy boardwalk, and with these tires, you know, I feel fine just cruising along here. Very, very light, nimble scooter. And on the brakes, I am noticing there is a regen brake. So it is a single mechanical disc brake. You're really not even gonna probably have to use the actual mechanical brakes on this thing much, because when you pull that lever just a little bit, it activates that regen brake. So regen, you know, you're probably not gonna add a lot of energy back into the battery using that, but it will help save on your brake pads. Yeah, I feel kicking on pretty nicely there. And let's go ahead and check the top speed and acceleration on it. Why not? So here's the GPS. We'll try out the cruise control feature as well, but let's just see what it does here. So I weigh 200 pounds from a stop, highest settings, ready, go. Oh yeah, you have to do a little push off. Ready, go. So what's it showing here? 7, 8, 9, 10. Very newbie friendly scooter. 12, 13. GPS says 13, onboard says 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour. So speedometer does appear to be reading out correctly, hitting about 17, and my brake is on the same side as I'm holding my GPS. Let's see what I get this to max out at 200 pounds. Definitely enough to get you into a little bit of trouble. You wouldn't want to be falling off a scooter going this fast. 17 miles an hour. Now we got a tiny bit of tailwind. 17, it says 18 on board, 18. All right, 19 now with a little bit of a tailwind, 19 over the speed bump. So, I don't think you really need suspension on a scooter that goes at this pace. But yeah, we're topping out at 19. If you hold down the throttle for 8 seconds, it will put you on cruise control. So on a scooter like this, weight is gonna make all the difference in what kind of performance you get. I mean, I don't think anybody's buying this thing for performance, but let's just tap that wheel, see what it goes up to. So this is 26. Looks like it'll hold right around 25 with absolutely no loads. Obviously, the less you lay, the more performance you'll get. Oop, left a little rubber there. So it looks like there's the Hovsco scooter app. Let's give it a try. So let's go ahead and give it a little bit of a brake test here. Get it up to, well, let's see here. 10 and brake. So yeah, I mean, they feel like mechanical brakes. Mechanical brakes, they'll definitely bring it to a stop. Not your like high performance kind of brakes though. More significantly for like commuting, it's gonna give you that regen brake, which is great. Let's get one more run, a little bit of a push off here and give it a brake from a little bit higher speed, about 14 full brake, and the tire will actually start to lock up there. Single brake, mechanical, tiny scooter, tiny power, tiny brakes, tiny everything, tiny weight, tiny price, not bad. So they say we can do about 30 miles, I believe it was, range 30, 35 miles. Oh, hey there, buddy. He wasn't so sure about that scooter. Obviously that's just gonna really depend on how much you weigh and obviously how hard you're pushing the motor. I'm not gonna ride this thing for 30 miles today though. The price of the Xander Max is about 500 bucks, which, I feel like that's a fair price. Let's do a little hill test here. So this is kind of, I don't know, maybe like a 10% grade. I think they say this can do 15% grade. So just kind of full throttle in here. We're doing 8 miles an hour and holding about 8, maybe we'll hit 9 miles an hour. So yeah, I can climb little hills. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and stop sign, we better stop. And that was about 2 miles of dilly-dallying around the neighborhood, showing 4 out of 5 bars. All right, let's try the Porto Max. Pretty much the same power, similar battery, just different form factor as the scooter. That's right, we got a seat on this one. Although we do have 2 brakes on this one. So double the stop power. All right, so I actually used the wrong app before. Let's go ahead and try this now. Search via Bluetooth, scan complete. Okay, that's quick. Nice, binding. Oh yeah, hooked right up. Porto. Looks like it's set to class 2. You can unlock class 3. We might do that later. Put it on high, see if we can do a skid mark in here. Oh yeah. So pretty much same layout here, automatic headlight on this one as well, just no light on the rear to get that reflector back there, and maybe a little more utility with this cart. So this is the same power as the scooter. We're gonna get a rollout here. It does have a power meter on here. You can see it is all the blue bars lit up there, and see if we can get a running start here. 200 pounds going up to 20% grade. This thing is not rated for 20% grade. It can make it of a decent amount with a run out, but hill climbing is not the strong suit of these lower powered single motor scooters. So we're working with the same exact display here. Let's just go ahead and bump this down to low power, and this is like the walk mode basically is what it says. Again, going 3 miles an hour. Double click that, get it onto medium, gives us a little bump in power and get us rolling here just a bit. Hitting 11 miles an hour and high. Felt a little bump in power there. Going into headwind. Seating position, I just barely have enough knees. I'm 6'5", long legs here, and my knees will fit pretty much under this. And I can tell the wheels on this one are slightly larger. So these bigger wheels, they're gonna be a little better for running stuff over, like little curbs like that. No suspension on this one. Again, not really needed. Now this does have a seat, so you could, if you really wanted, throw a suspension seat post on there. What kind of curb clearance we got here? Oh yeah, I can hop a curb. And we do have dual brakes on this one. Does this one also have the regen brake? Let's give it a tap. Yeah, it's got regen brake. Nice. So the air mechanical disc brakes again. Cheap, budget friendly, easy brakes. Yeah, I mean, it's a small, lightweight scooter, man. You could just throw this thing in the trunk of your car, take it somewhere. Check it out. I have all three of these in the back of a medium size SUV. Doesn't really take up too much space and get you rolling, man. So hey, what the heck, we'll give this one a rip 0 to top speed, ready, go. So you don't need to do like a rolling push-off start for this one. It'll get you up to 10. Speedo is lagging a little bit. The GPS here, that is 15 on board, 16 on board, 13 on GPS, man. Oh, getting passed by the AMG GT. I don't know if we're gonna catch them. Showing 17 on board and 14 on here. And there should be a cruise control on this one, I believe. Brakes on this one definitely feel stronger. I mean, it's got a front brake, so. Oh yeah, it's got unlock classes. Let's try unlock class 3. I don't know if that'll make any difference at all or not. Wait, come on, I say agree. Oh yeah, there we go, cool. Let's see if that made any difference at all. Ready, go. Power's feeling the same off the line. 14. Feels the same to me. 350 watts, boys and girls. It's safe, and it won't drain your battery super fast either. So we do have dual brakes on this one. Let's go ahead and give it a brake test here from about 15 miles an hour. Ready? Yeah, that's like double the stopping power of the Xander. That front brake makes it, you know, stop a lot faster having a front brake on there. Skrrr. These electric scooters are fun, even if they're not the most powerful. And of course, it's got fenders on there, plastic fenders to help prevent kicking up any rubber dust when you're doing burnouts or, you know, riding in the rain. So it looks like the list price on the Porto Max is $499.99. Again, probably a fair value. But let's go try the big boy, the one with the pedals, the more power. Oh, and we are at 4 miles right now, showing 4 out of 5 bars. They say the range would be 35 miles on this. I don't know, 35 might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna try it for 35 miles though. So before we hop on the pedal one, let's go ahead and link this Bluetooth up to the scooter. Add device, so binding. So what kind of settings we got in here? Whoa, now buddy, you want to get in the back of the rack here? To give you an idea of the size of this rack here, here is what a 7-pound little doggy looks like in here. I don't think we can go for a ride today. Here is some pumpkin puree canned goods. Give you an idea of the size of that. Puree, I meant to say. Sorry dude, there is no rack, no cart on this one for you, so you're gonna have to stay here, bro. I'll be right back. And the biggest and the baddest in the lineup today, the Sync Max. We're gonna go ahead, and I can tell this one's got a little more pepper. I hope this thing opens in time for me. Here we come. So we do have pedals on this, 450 watts, and I could actually start to help pedal it. Let's try this one more time. So again, across the board, none of these are like monster hill climbers, all rated for 15% grade. This is a 20% grade. So this is outside of what it's supposed to be capable of. I weigh 200 pounds with a bit of a rollout here. I can actually pedal this one and get up the 20% grade, stretching it beyond what it should be able to do. So once again, let's go ahead and bump this on down to low, see what it does. So 450 watts nominal, put it on the low mode. It'll give you 4 miles an hour. So you can really conserve your battery. Give it to your grandma, let her cruise around on it, let your kid ride it maybe. 8 miles an hour on medium, 9 miles an hour on medium. And let's try the pedals on this one a little bit. So there's actually pedals on this one. So if you do happen to run out of battery, you could pedal it and then also extend your range just by pedaling, helping it out a little bit, unlike the other previous 2 scooters. So, you know, there are no gears on it. It feels like a natural cadence to me. It's just cruising along here on pedal assist medium, going 8 miles an hour. Let's try and put that on down to low real quick. Slow it down here a bit. On low, oh yeah, it gives you like just basically nothing on low. You got to put it on medium. On medium, from a stop here, yeah, get a little bit of pep up there to 5 miles an hour. You know what time it is. High, let's roll. So a little bit of pedal action here, very short crank arms. You know, the rotation on those is designed for shorter legs. Yeah, it's just kind of giving me a little power here as I go. Let's try the throttle now. All right, you know what time it is, high speed run, baby. So let's do throttle only, ready, go. So it says 450 watts. We're doing 7, 9, 10. GPS is lagging a bit here. 12, 13, 14, not pedaling yet, 14, 13, and I weigh 200 pounds, 14 miles an hour. So if you do weigh less, you'll be able to get more performance out of this. And this one appears to be topping out right around 14 for me. Let's see if I can pedal it, go a little faster, 15, 16, and back to throttle only. I can see it's kind of limiting my power here to 15. So this one does have the biggest wheels and the biggest power, they say. They all feel roughly the same, honestly. And as we're rolling along here, I'm noticing this one, you know, it's got the pedals. So if you're not pedaling, you're gonna hear that. The crank there, a little bit of noise, not bad at all. Very nimble, little lightweight, small wheel machine here. So we do have 2 brakes on this one. So let's go ahead and give it a bit of a brake test here from about top speed, cruising 13, and brakes. So we do get front and rear brakes. It works. Again, we do get regen brakes. So if you just pull those levers in just a little bit, it'll give you a regen brake. But you have your mechanical disc brakes to bring it to stop. So according to the dash here, I am about 4 miles into this ride, showing 4 out of 5 bars on range. Again, I think they say you can do about 30 miles. This one does have the smallest battery, but you can also help pedal it to get a little bit more range. List price on the Sync Max is $550 currently. So again, probably a pretty fair value. And if you did want to buy any of these scooters or check out the official prices or discounts or anything, check the description box. Click on the link in the description box below this video. It'll take you over to the official Hovsco website for each of these electric scooters, electric bikes. If you did buy through that link, of course, it would help support my reviews here on Tail Heavy TV, and I greatly appreciate your support. So click that link, go ahead on over to Hovsco, check out what they have to offer. They've got some pretty cool stuff. However, if this is not the kind of electric mobility you're looking for, watch this video next. Catch you over there.